everybody, this is Marcus Toole, and I am in my home orchard in front of my Pink Frost Grapefruit tree, and I am doing a video review of the variety based off of the quality and fruit of the fruit that I got here in fall of 2024. It is currently November 14th, and the fruit is ripening. It hasn't completely colored up yet. It's a lot of the grapefruits still have kind of a green look to the skin, but they are ripe enough to eat and are already very sweet. Let me grab a Pink Frost grapefruit. Just give me a second. So this is how my Pink Frost Grapefruit looks right now. It's kind of a greenish yellow at the moment. When it fully ripens, it's more yellow than pink, but as you can tell right here, it does have a little bit of a pink blush, and that's about all you get. It's basically on the outside, it's a yellow grapefruit with a pink blush. When you peel into it, like most grapefruit, the skin's fairly thick, but not as thick as a lot of them. Fairly similar to the ones you encounter at the grocery store. Let me continue peeling into it. Now, I'm a person who just likes to peel and eat grapefruit in wedges. A lot of people like to, cut them in half and put sugar on them and stuff. Personally, if a grapefruit isn't sweet enough to just eat out of hand, it's not one that I'm going to enjoy to begin with. So, and absolutely, Pink Frost is a variety that is sweet enough to eat out of hand. In fact, as you can tell, there's still a lot of green that was in the fruit. And this is how the little wedges look. They're kind of a light pink. This isn't as pink as some of them are, but this is fairly typical of what they're like. Very sweet. By grapefruit standards, super sweet. Even with the skin still kind of green, this is a very, very sweet piece of fruit. Like amazing. And they'll be even better. Generally what happens with citrus is they stay kind of greenish until you get the first light frost. You get just a little bit of frost, and then almost overnight they'll turn whatever mature color they're going to turn. And that's not just true with grapefruit, it's true with a lot of things like satsumas and stuff. Anyway, Pink Frost's other claim to fame is that it was bred by the University of Georgia in Tifton. It's more or less seedless. I think your average grapefruit has 1, maybe 2 seeds in it. And the big claim to fame is that it is cold tolerant to 16 degrees Fahrenheit as long as the tree is not actively growing when you get that kind of temperature. So, as long as the tree is, this is a tree, they don't lose their leaves in the winter typically. But as long as you don't have a lot of new growth on it, it should take 16 degrees. It takes it a heck of a lot better if it's had some cool weather before that 16 degrees hits. My trees have gone through 16 degrees before, year before last. We had 3 hours of 16 degrees, followed by the next night, the weather going down to around 19 degrees, And I think we had like 3 days straight where the temperatures didn't go above freezing. And you know, the trees lost their leaves, but I didn't get a lot of damage to limbs and trunk. Now, in contrast to that, I have a ruby red, which is about the next most cold tolerant of the grapefruit. And it's, you know, the nurseries say it will take 20 degrees. My tree, of course, it survived the 16 degrees, but I had to cut back 2/3 of it. And that tree is right next to the house, and therefore had a lot, was in a much more protected spot than my 3 Pink Frost grapefruits that are out in the middle of the yard. So I am confident that typically here in southeast Georgia, when the climate throws a 16-degree winter that night at them, that they'll do okay. They'll lose their leaves, but that's about it. The trees are productive so far. They aren't huge trees. This is their first year. They're 5 years old this year. And I think I got 2 grapefruit off of one of them year before last. One of the consequences of the 16 degrees is that tree did not try to bloom the next year. And that may be a typical expectation if your temperature goes that low. Anyway, talk to you later. Oh, by the way, how to get these. Okay, it's a patented variety, so I can't sell you scion. I can't graft the tree for you or anything like that legally. So what you have to do is you have to, the company has the rights to this. It's called georgiagrowncitrus. You can order them online, at least if you're in the state of Georgia. And there is a local nursery that at least, or a local orchard called Franklin's Orchard, which sold trees in the spring of this past year. So maybe they'll do so this coming year. If you want to buy fruit, I don't really have any to sell, but I think Franklin's has it to sell, and they're here in Statesboro, Georgia. So if you're local, that's a source of fruit as well as potentially the trees. And if you live out of town, then you would have to order them for Georgia Grown Citrus. Thank you very much, and talk to you later, and God bless.